Okay, in this video, we're going to learn how to evaluate functions by plugging stuff in. Okay, so we're going to go through a couple problem types. This is the first problem type, so we'll call this number one problem. Oops. Okay. So let's look at this guy here. G of x is x minus 3. Okay, and so what we want to find is g of 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to say g of 8, okay, and just remember here what just happened. We're saying put 8 in every time you see an x. So we say g of 8 is equal to 8, right, minus 3. And I put this in parentheses here just to emphasize the fact that we're substituting this in, okay? And so we evaluate this. We say, okay, well, it's 8 minus 3, so that equals 5, right? And so that's what our final answer is g of 8 is equal to 5. Okay? Now, sometimes you're going to go the opposite way, like on this problem here. H of a is 2a minus 1. Okay, but we want to find out what a is when h of a is negative 5. Okay, so we're going to take this negative 5 and we're going to substitute it in for h of a, right? H of a is negative 5. So when you see this, we know that's negative 5. Okay, so we get negative 5 is equal to 2a minus 1. All right, and now this becomes a problem where you need to do some steps to solve it, right? Remember, on this problem, we want to find what a equals. Okay, so we get there by first adding 1 to both sides. Okay, this cancels out, and we're left with 2a is equal to negative 4. Okay, and then divide by 2 on both sides. This equals 1. So we're left with 1a is equal to negative 2. That's our final answer. Okay, let's look at the next problem. So that's kind of the problem type 1. Here is problem type 2. Suddenly we're dealing with quadratics. Okay? And you know that because you see x squared. So on this first problem, we want to find h of 2. Okay, so we're going to say h of 2 is equal to, okay, and x is 2, so we're going to put 2 right here. So this is 2 squared, right, and then minus 5. Okay, so let's figure this out. 2 squared is 4, right, minus 5. Cool, and so then we get h of 2, right, is equal to negative 1. That's our final answer. Okay, coming over to this problem, f of x is x squared minus 5. So we want to do f of negative 6 is equal to, and this is really important to put parentheses here, negative 6 squared, okay, minus 5. Now remember, negative, I'm gonna just kind of work this part out right up here. Negative 6 squared, right, that's negative 6 times negative 6, right, which is going to be positive because negative times negative, and then 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, so you gotta put those parentheses there, otherwise, it's not gonna be positive here. So we have, so 36, positive 36 minus 5, right? So f of negative 6 is equal to 31. Okay, that's our final answer. Okay. So do you understand how to work with the second problem type when you see x squared? Pretty much the same thing, just don't forget the squared. Okay, and then the last problem type, we'll call this number 3, is when we have like a squared, it gets just more complicated. A coefficient in front of that. So, okay, first one, p of a is 2a squared minus 4. We want to find p of negative 5. Okay, so we say p of negative 5 is equal to 2, right? And then in parentheses, negative 5 squared minus 4. Okay, so we say p of negative 5 is equal to, now what's going on here? Let's look at this part. Negative 5 squared. Remember, that's negative 5 times negative 5, which is positive 25. Okay, so we have 2 times 25, right, minus 4. Okay, in that step, we just simplified negative 5 squared to 25. Okay, so, this gives us 2 times 25 is 50. So that doesn't look like a 50. Minus 4, so our final answer, p of negative 5, is equal to 46. Okay, coming over to this one here. This one is kind of the most complicated we've seen because we have this negative 2 coefficient, and so you just got to be careful. So we have h of 4 is equal to negative 2, and then in parentheses, 4 squared minus 4. Okay, so then we get h of 4 is equal to negative 2. 4 squared is 16 minus 4. Okay, so that gives us that h of 4 is equal to negative 2 times 16 is negative 32 minus 4. Okay, and so then our final answer for h of 4 is negative 32 minus 4, or negative 36. Okay? So those are all the problem types you're going to see on this assignment. Good luck. You got it. Thanks for watching.